So, a few weeks ago, we got the news that Respawn Entertainment is making 3 new Star Wars games.
Freedom things?
Jedi Fallen Order is getting its sequel treatment, a new strategy game is in the works, and a first-person shooter is also in development, and it's that last one we're going to talk about in today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing and getting notified for all future Star Wars gaming content, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video.
Do it.
Respawn's upcoming first-person shooter has been a complete mystery since it was announced, and speculation has been running wild. Will it be a new Battlefront title, or will it be something entirely new? Is it going to be an online multiplayer experience, or will it be a single-player game? In today's video, we have some juicy new details about this new game that helps shed a little bit of light on these questions, and gives us some hints about what we can expect out of it. So first of all, we know this title is being worked on by the same team that worked on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Above and Beyond is a VR game in the Medal of Honor series, but even though it's being made by the same team, the Star Wars game will not be in VR. It will be a traditional shooter experience that most of us are familiar with. So does this mean the game will be a new Battlefront title? Well, maybe, but actually no. Battlefront 2 is still EA's most successful Star Wars game, with a large fan base of dedicated players, so it would make sense to keep going with the franchise and make a third installment. Unfortunately, as we all know, EA does not like Battlefront very much, so they'd rather not do a third game, which, let me just say as a side note here, makes no sense. EA flopped on Battlefield 2042, so now they're trying to make Apex Legends their flagship shooter, and I'm just over here like... NANI? But I digress. This new game will not be Battlefront 3, nor does it sound like it will be a part of the Battlefront franchise, but the door is open for a spin-off title. Let me explain. Back in 2019, EA canceled a Star Wars game that was being developed by Criterion and EA Vancouver. This game was codenamed Project Viking, and it was a planned Battlefront spin-off title that was going to be released alongside next-gen consoles. The timing didn't work out, and according to insiders of the project, there were too many cooks in the kitchen, and ultimately, the game got scrapped by EA and we never heard anything about it again. But the fact there was a spin-off in the works means the idea for more Battlefront was there. So this now brings us to this new game, which I think may be a way to indirectly continue what started in Battlefront 2. Literally. I think this new game is going to feature Inferno Squad, the elite team of Imperial Special Forces we followed in the Battlefront 2 campaign. Why do I think this is the case? Well, a few months back, and we've covered this in previous videos, but a refresher doesn't hurt, the actors who portrayed key members of Inferno Squad teased both voice acting and motion capture work being done on a new project in Los Angeles. That location is important because LA is where Respawn is based out of. Janina Gavankar, TJ Ramini, and Anthony Scorti, who played Iden, Del, and Admiral Versio respectively, were all spotted in LA around the same time doing work on an undisclosed project, with Janina even more recently saying she was getting her face scanned for an upcoming game. In that announcement, she couldn't say where she was or what project it was for, which is right on brand with Star Wars secrecy, and of course this doesn't necessarily confirm anything, but the timing of all of these posts is just a little bit too convenient. Now here is where we get to the really good stuff. Beyond the actors hinting at a project, we now have some concrete details about this new shooter, and it answers some of the major questions fans have had about this game. If we go over to Respawn's job listings, they're actively looking for new members to join the Star Wars teams, one of those teams being the FPS team that is working on this new game. If we check out the listing for a lead combat designer, we get some pretty eye-opening stuff. Keep in mind, these details just relate to the combat of the game and does not paint a whole picture, but this is still great info to go off of. It says here, the ideal candidate will have experience in the areas of hero controls and mechanics, enemy design, AI behaviors, combat and weapons, class design, skills and progression, story, and boss encounters. In so few words, we got a lot of information about this game and what kind of experience we can expect. This is going to be a story-focused game, which actually pairs with reports that EA was developing more narrative-based games in the Star Wars universe instead of online multiplayer. AI enemies, boss battles, a class and progression system, and a focus on story. This is straight up taking me back to the days of N64 and all the great classics like 007 GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. I'm even getting some Republic Commando vibes. So how does this relate to Inferno Squad? Well, if you remember in the campaign, each member of Inferno Squad had a specialty. Iden was the leader, Del was the sniper, Hask had a very headstrong tank-like mentality, and not everyone knows this, Inferno Squad actually had a fourth member before the events of Battlefront 2 who was very brainy. What better way to show off a class system in a new shooter than with a squad that fans are familiar with, and who many believe got robbed of an amazing story in the Battlefront campaign? What if this new shooter is going to do Inferno Squad justice by really showing what an Imperial Special Forces team can do while they're still with the Empire? That means it would have to be a prequel story, but honestly, if that's the case, I'm here for it, and it would be a really nice way to honor Battlefront 2 and its campaign. If you want and or need a refresher on Battlefront's campaign and characters, check out the playlist on the channel. We have the entire playthrough up on there. Keep in mind, all of these ideas about Inferno Squad are purely speculation. We have no official sources that confirm or deny Inferno Squad will be a part of this game. It just seems a little bit likely based off everything we've seen so far. But beyond that, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this new information about this upcoming Star Wars shooter. Are you guys excited for the possibility of more Inferno Squad, or would you prefer the game focuses on other newer characters? Also, let me know what you think about this game being exclusively a single-player, story-driven experience. I know there is a significant portion of the Star Wars gaming community who's looking for the next online multiplayer game, and based off the information we saw on this job listing, it does not seem like this first-person shooter is going to be that. But regardless, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Personally, I'm just hyped at the prospect of more Janina in my life. But thank you all so much for stopping by the channel. This has been the Simp Bazaar. I mean, the Star Bazaar. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.